his interpretation of the work differ from yours or enrich your interpretation of it? Is that a negotiation that's happening between the two?
What I really loved, and I was fighting with that idea for quite a while. I loved the story and all the emotional dynamics that were going on between all of these characters, but I had a problem with the ending. I was like, I'm sorry, but Gabriel needs to get on that boat. I'm serious. He needs to be on that boat. He needs to be out of there. And then Thomas said, yeah, well, I thought of that a year ago. And I realized that if we do so, we tell something that I don't want to tell. I'm like, so what do you mean? He says, I want to tell a story that proves us that love can overcome everything. Because I think that is worth sharing. And we have to make an antidote for the modern day cynicism. And so I let that sink in. And it took me one day, and I was totally convinced. I'm like, yeah, he's so right. He's so right. And then he said something else. He said, like, by the end of the film, when they finally get together, I want to create a feeling with the audience that they feel like, almost like jumping out of their seat and be like, yes! and I was like, wow, that is a beautiful idea. If that's where you want to, if that's where you want to go, I'll be on it. I believe that. I want to go there with you. Yeah.
And that is a huge departure from Danish cinema.
If you look at the Celebration and The Hunt and San Marino, you're like, wow, that's 180 degree.
But it's actually right. I did the same thing as Matthias. Just a year earlier, when I received the script, I called the producers and I say, I love it. I'm onto it. Let's change the end. Get him on the boat. And they're like, wait a minute. This is British cultural heritage. It's in our curriculum. You cannot come from Denmark and put him on that boat. Like, okay, hanging out, thinking for 24 hours. And then I called back and said, well, let them deserve the kiss. Let's yearn for this kiss from the get-go of the film. And that's where the casting of Carrie and Matthias comes in. The first time I saw them in a room together, it was just ignited. There's this tension between them where I felt, wow, this is sort of meant to be, and that's what we went for throughout this film, which is a very romantic take on the novel. The novel has a much more dualistic ending, but we went for that because we wanted love to prevail. Simple as that.
And so let me ask you to explore that same question from the perspective of the filmmaking. The music, the image, the way you construct the look of the film. Give us a bit of a background on how you sought to support that romantic approach that you're taking with the filmmaking itself.
Well, first of all, in all departments, both in photography and music and art department, I talk about a duality, about between loyalty to Hardy and the period piece it was, and then modern day cinema. But also, specifically in the work with Charlotte, the DOP, we talk about a combination of the sweep in the Hollywood 50s film, Gone with the Wind, the Technicolor movies that we love so dearly. A combination of that, and then a camera getting under the skin of these actors, getting past the frogs and bonnets, and the horses and the gigs, and into the flesh and blood of these people. So we wanted to make the combination of these things. And first and foremost, we wanted to ring pure. So those were the words we said, and then we said a gazillion of other words. We talk about before doing anything, and then we go on set, and then we keep talking. And then it's about time to get something shot, and then we start shooting. But the bottom line of it was we wanted to get into the inner life of these human beings and of the landscapes. We ended up shooting this all of this on location and on film to sort of embrace that time and that region.
One more question from me, and then we're going to take questions from the audience.